You're listening to the Pittsburgh Piledriver. What the hell is that? Podcast.
Welcome, everybody. This is a momentous occasion for the Pittsburgh Piledriver Podcast. This is the Royal Rumble Picks episode. We love our picks episodes. We have a lot of fun with them. We hope you have a lot of fun with them as well. But that's not what's momentous about it. What is momentous about this picks episode is that this is the very first time we have ever done a picks episode with a special guest. That's right. We have one of you fans on the show with us to do picks live to tape with the P3 boys. That individual is Pat, the Midcard Maniac. And let me explain to you why he is here. He is here because he is a loyal fan to us. This guy has been listening to the Pittsburgh Piledriver Podcast from pretty much day one. I think probably since the preview show that Beef and Poot did in Beef's apartment. He has been sending in questions since we initiated the Stump the Chumps. This guy has been a loyal fan of ours, and we want to reward him by having him on to give his insight and his picks live with us. Joining Pat, the Midcard Maniac, on this Royal Rumble Picks episode, we have Beef the Legend, Tiger Bomb Tom, Poot the Bard, and your reigning, defending, for the last time, Cruiserweight champion, me, Ransom the Madman. And I say that because I can't pick a fucking Royal Rumble to save my life. Never could, never will, so I'm losing this title this month. Hopefully, it goes to one of the P3 boys. And if it doesn't, I hope it goes to Pat. And not one of you degenerate ingrates out there who sends your picks in. But, still send them in because we like you guys. Boys, we don't have time to fool around anymore with my bullshittery. Let's get into the picks. Beef is going to do a quick rundown of where we currently stand. And then he's going to explain to you exactly what we are picking for this year's Royal Rumble. Beef, the floor is yours.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it from our wonderful Cruiserweight champion himself, the Madman Ransom. In a former life, I knew him as Alec Ransom, but the Madman Ransom, we always appreciate here. And got a little bit of business to start with before we get started. I want to be the first to wish our resident Madman a happy birthday tomorrow in song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to our dear Madman, one of my best friends ever. Happy birthday to you.
Aw, I'm smiling. Oh, don't do that again. I don't like to smile.
Oh, we broke Ransom. Hey, Faith, it's been broken. Win. Okay. Now.
Win.
It's one smile a year and we spent it already.
Well, it probably ain't going to be Saturday night. Just saying. Moving right along. Let's talk about the Cruiserweight standings, shall we? The front of the pack, gentlemen. And ladies, if you are listening, is Dave with 12.
Allegedly.
Following close behind, we got Poot the Bard, Bebe, with 11.
Yeah.
And then myself and Dos Hermanos Luchas with 10. So we're in there. We're all in the mix. Tom with a respectable 9. Ransom is right there with 8.
Oh.
Pat has some work to do at 7. And then
Lucky 7.
Pat's wife is at 6. So, now, here's where things get interesting. Because, gentlemen, it is WrestleMania season. It is sign-pointing season. We can all point to that Cruiserweight title right now because this picks episode is a supersized, extra large. Not only are we picking the 6 matches, we are also picking the final 4 competitors in each of the Royal Rumble matches. And if that is not spicy enough tuna for you, we're also picking, at your discretion, up to 3 surprise entrants. Let me lay down how the scoring is going to work on this. You guys and gals know the scoring. You rate your match. There are a total of 6 matches, so you got 1 through 6. You can only use the number once. So, and that applies for the Rumble winners as well. the final 4 are going to be on a point basis. If you name a Final 4 competitor right, you will get a point. Maximum of 4 points for each Rumble. So a maximum of 8 points is per grab between the 2 Rumbles. Here's where it gets saucy. The surprise entrance. If you have the latitude to say, Beef, I am picking 0 surprise entrance, or Beef, I am picking 3 surprise entrance. But there is a risk inherent with that. If you call your shot and you say, Beef, I think that Mark Henry's going to be in the Royal Rumble, as narrow-sighted as that may be, and you are wrong, not only do you not get a point, you lose a point. So, it is a very risky proposition. You could gain 3 points or you could lose 3 points. Gentlemen, that's a lot of numbers. That's a lot of math. We know that the Rumble is all about the numbers. As I've watched every single Rumble in history, that promo is stuck in my brain forever. I like it. I honestly like it. I like whenever they use like the NFL music. They made it seem legit. All right, so here are the matches. And I'm not going to go over the Rumble entrance right now. I'm going to save those for the surprise entrance, so I don't have to repeat myself. The matches that we have are the men's Royal Rumble match, the women's Royal Rumble match, Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman versus Bobby Lashley with MVP, a singles match for the WWE Championship. Becky Lynch defending the title, the Raw Women's title, against Doudrop. Edge and Beth Phoenix versus The Miz and Maurice in a mixed tag team match. And Roman Reigns versus Seth freaking Rollins in a singles match for the WWE Universal Championship. The Usos are barred from ringside. Those are our matches. My voice is failing on me. Ransom, being that you are not only the Cruiserweight champion, you are the birthday boy. You get to pick who goes first in this cycle of terror. Lay it on us.
What match are we picking first?
The mixed tag match.
Oh. Hell, you know what? I might as well go out a fighting champion because I'm going to go out. I'm going out. So I'll go first.
All right. So who do you pick and how many points? Up to 6.
I'm gonna go with Edge and Beth, and I'm gonna give that a hot 3.
Hot 3. Tom.
Hot 3.
I'm gonna go with Edge and Beth, and let me see. I'm gonna give that a 2.
I am picking Edge and Beth Phoenix as well, with 3 points. Pootski?
How many points do we have to pick?
6.
How many? No, like how numbers? Like, give me numbers.
6.
6?
Up to
Okay.
6, yeah.
I am gonna go off the board on this one. I'm gonna say Miz and Maurice, and I'm gonna give it a 1.
And Pat, who you picking?
I'm going to go Edge and Beth and go 3 as well on that one.
I like that Poot
Well,
is...
we got Big Poot with the outlier there, baby.
Yeah,
Hey, listen, you know what? Titles don't win themselves, baby. You got to take
That's
risks.
right. That's right. You can't win without trying. Moving right along, we are going next to Becky versus Doudrop. I hate that fucking name. Tom.
Oh, that one, I'm going to say Becky for 6.
You read my mind, sir. I echo what you said. Becky for 6. Pootski.
Oh, Becky for 5. Absolutely Becky for 5.
Pat.
Becky for 4.
Ransom.
I'm gonna do Becky with 4 as well.
All right, sounding very samey. And Poot, you said 5, right?
5, sir.
All right, cool. Moving right along. Just nice and quick. Keeping it high and tight. I think we're gonna get into the meat of it a little bit later here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. It's me. Lesnar.
Whoa!
He's
Well,
surprised. Well, hell.
Well, hi.
What happened?
I'm taking Lesnar for 4 points. Poot.
Beef, you read my mind. I'm going Lesnar 4.
No, Pat.
I'm going to go all in on Lesnar with 6.
Ransom.
Same Z's. Lesnar 6-0.
Tomothy.
Lesnar also for 6.
Roman Reigns, the reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Champion, versus Seth freaking Rollins. And I like that's part of his name now. Freaking is part of his name.
It is. Even I'm looking at it on the wiki.
At the wiki.
Wow.
quote unquote freaking.
Of course.
Not even with a G, with an IN at the end. IN apostrophe. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. Like Sheets ends everything with a Z. You got to be hip and cool and leave the G off of there.
Yep.
Pootski, who you got? Tribal Chief or the Architect?
Oh my God, the tribal chief for 6. Shut up.
He's like, shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
Maniac, who you taking?
Reigns for 5.
Ransom.
Reigns for 6. Did I do 6
Nope.
already?
You did with Lesnar.
Yeah, Reigns for 5. There's no way they pull it off of Reigns before Mania. He's either going to lose at Mania or still have it and retain it at Mania. They're not going to take it off him now.
Tom.
Reigns for 4. I think that's my next highest one. Do I have
Yes,
that?
and actually, as I was kind of like trying to keep track of everything, it looks like you picked both Becky and Brock for 6 points, so you got to make a choice on that too.
Okay, sorry. Brock for 6, Becky for 5. That's fine.
And then Reigns at 4.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, nope, that works. I just wanted to call that out as soon as I saw the error in my ways. So we are across the board on Reigns and Lesnar and Becky, and Poot is the lone gunman on Miz and Maurice, although I like the strategy. I really do. Now, gentlemen, is the Royal Rumble, where anything can, and usually does, happen.
Good Lord.
So, we'll start with the Women's Royal Rumble. So far, according to the wiki, 21 out of 30 participants have been named.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want me to go over the participants now or right before we do the surprise picks?
Probably now, so we know who all we have in
Yeah,
it. You'll
run 'em.
probably go over it
Okay.
again.
Okay. So, we have Rhea Ripley, Nikki, almost a superhero, Dana Brooke, Carmella, Queen Zelina, no one Mina than Tamina, Shotzi, not Blackheart, Natalia, Aaliyah, Naomi, Shayna Baszler, Charlotte Flair, Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, Lita, Michelle McCool, Kelly, Summer Rae, Mickie James, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan. And we will start with, I think it's Poot on this one. Yeah.
No.
I don't remember who started last time. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Give it to Pat. We're
Yeah, I'll
picking the
take it.
winner, right?
Yes. This is for the Women's Royal Rumble winner. Pat, do you want to go first or last?
I'll go
make a
first.
choice. Okay. Who do you got?
I'll go first. I'm going to go ahead and go with Bianca Belair.
And how many
And
points you
I'm
got to put on there?
Go for 1 on that one.
Okie dokie. So that'll leave 2 points for your Men's Royal Rumble winner. Ransom.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. Maybe I'm not, depending on who has read what. I have no idea. I'm going to go Lita, 2 points.
I like that pick. Tom.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what you read. I'm curious,
I
but
haven't read anything. That's the thing. Like, I'm going to try to go out on a limb here with her.
okay. Oh boy. So this is where it gets rough for me, but I think I'm going to stick to what I said whenever we talked about this last time with possible winners. I'm going to go with Liv Morgan. I'm going to put 1 point on it, though.
All right, and that will leave your 3-pointer for the Men's Royal Rumble.
Yep.
That's a gambit. I like
yeah,
it.
Yeah. Well, just wait. I got some things
I like
Oh,
things
boy.
and I like stuff. You know who I like to win the Women's Royal Rumble, though?
Kelly.
Rowdy Ronda Rousey for 1 point. Poot.
Beef, damn you, because that was going to be my pick.
Do it.
The two that I was going back and forth with were Rowdy Ronda Rousey, and the other one that I had a pick on was Alexa Bliss.
Ooh, okay.
That was the other one for me because they're going for the full repackage on her, and I'd like to go full repackage on her.
Okay,
Oh.
rein it in.
Dial it back.
I would.
Now,
you know what?
Strategy's sake, you have 2 and 3 points left. So
Beef, I hate to do it. I hate to agree with you, but I'm also going to go Rowdy Ronda Rousey for 2.
well, at least you put more points than I did. So okay.
Oh, now listen, though, just to have a little bit of banter and conversation on that, let's not forget that there still are 2 women's titles, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the only reason I didn't pick Ronda Rousey is because I'm not completely confident that she will want to participate in the Rumble. I could see them pulling the same thing they did a couple years ago, where she shows up either at the end of the night or at a couple Raws down the road after the winner chooses who they're going to wrestle. She shows up and calls her shot and does her shit-eating grin sign point
Yep.
for the other title. I'm not saying that she can't show up in the Rumble. It just, I don't know. I think with her, she's going to wrestle very few matches if she does have another run in her. So I think she'll, I would assume that she would stay out of the Rumble and then just call her shot when she makes her surprise return. You think that's a possibility, or you think they're not going to do that again? But it's WWE, so...
Yeah, never say never, and they like to repeat themselves often, as has been prefaced with all the fucking gimmick ring names and the numbers are everything by the numbers at the Royal. Like they get off on hearing the sound of their own voice. So having Ronda Rousey come out again at the end of the Royal Rumble would be and do the sign steal the sign point from the actual winner would be apropos, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, man, like for now, we are the initiated. We know the comings and goings more than the average fan. But like when her music goes off, when Joan Jett goes off, the people are gonna go nuts. Oh my God, Ronda Rousey's back! The worst kept secret in WWE at this point is that Ronda Rousey's probably coming back. So, but it's I think it'll still pop people. So I think and I mean the Royal Rumble, unless you're number 1 or number 2, the Royal Rumble is not really a day's work.
So
It's kind of standing around on the periphery, talking to somebody, every so often laying a boot or a knee in and hitting your finisher every now and again.
You can get a lot of rest in. You can get a lot of rest in.
Who was it? Oh man, I and this is a tangent, but
Road Dogg
during
the 1 year?
No, it was Rowdy Roddy Piper and Snuka when they came back. Like the camera, because like the Rumble kind of stopped and everybody kind of scattered, and at one point they were facing off, and you could see like in the corner, Punk was like smiling and talking to John Morrison. It was like John Morrison was like laying in kicks. I don't know if that was like, ha ha ha, look at these fucking dinosaurs from the Jurassic Age, or if that was like, man, I'm so fucking blessed to be in the same ring as Roddy Piper right now and I'm giddy. Regardless, like I saw that and I was like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of Rousey, stealing the spotlight or whatever, that was the year that Asuka won the Rumble, right?
Sure was.
Yep.
Where the hell has
And
she been?
nobody-
Is she injured or just not
Yes.
being used? She's injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she was injured.
Was?
Well, I don't know if
Listen,
she still is. I
listen to
do
Pat
remember
drop of knowledge.
seeing her on Instagram
Okay.
photo, and she had a sling on.
Okay.
I think that was like back in September, so
Yeah,
she may be
she's been
good
out.
to go now.
She's been out for a minute, and I anticipate her being back as well. But I'm not gonna put points on it because I know better than that. So let's go ahead. We can wrangle some cats about Royal Rumbles later. Even because we are dicing through these picks pretty quick, which is a great thing.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna talk about the final four of the Royal Rumble for the women. So for those, and if you're listening to this podcast, I assume you know what the impetus of the final four means. But the final four of Royal Rumbles is typically who the WWE is kind of like tapping to be the big deal in the next year. Obviously, the final two are big deals, but it usually trickles down to the final four. And every so often, you get something weird. You get a Ryback or Mr. Perfect. Although Mr. Perfect's been in two final fours, and I love it. I love Kurt Hennig.
Yeah.
But so this is next to winning. This is a pretty big like. Good job, kid.
Like last year when Edge was in the final four, I think we all about shit our pants. Like it was amazing.
You mean 2021 because he won last year?
Well, that's what I'm saying. When he was in the final four,
Right,
I was like, holy,
right?
holy crap! But then the fact that he won it was like even, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The fact that he was in the final four, that he went, that long from the beginning was amazing in itself. And we all thought like, okay, well, this is where Orton's going to get him at the end or whatever, and then he pulls it out. It was one of the best Rumble endings I've seen. So
agreed. And so again, just to recap, you will not lose points on the final four picks. You can only gain points. Each pick is worth a point. So we're just gonna do every person names four because that's nice, easy, and clean for me.
Yep.
Ransom, you are up now, and you will tell me who the final four in the Royal Rumble for the women will be.
Oh, hell. Well, I'm going to say Lita. I'm going to say, just because I didn't pick her, I'm going to say Rousey. I'm going to say who was the girl that Poot picked? I can't remember her name.
Rousey. Oh, Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss.
No, who was the other one that you were going to pick?
Rousey.
Ronda Rousey.
No, okay,
which is who he did pick.
Somebody named somebody else that we had talked about, and I can't remember what her name was.
Rhea Ripley, Nikki Ash. Yeah. I'll start running down the list.
Asuka.
You know what? Let me throw Asuka in there for funsies because I'm not winning this title, so who cares? And let's throw Charlotte Flair in there, Beef.
Why gotta be like that?
Yes.
Who you got?
Yes, Ransom. I'm also going with one of my final four being Charlotte Flair because, like Thanos, she is inevitable. I'm gonna go Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Liv Morgan.
That's what I was thinking of.
Ripley almost made my cut, but I went in a different direction, and you'll see. So I damn near went off the board. Like I damn near picked the final four without Rousey just to kind of like hedge my bets. But I am including
not a dumb thing to do.
I am including Rousey in there. Charlotte Flair.
Yes.
Bianca Belair and Raquel Gonzalez.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Pootsy.
All right. So I think it's going to be Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and I'm debating between Alexa Bliss or Liv Morgan. I'm going to say Alexa Bliss. Why not? Let's get weird with it.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And
Yeah.
Pat, who you got?
All right, I'm gonna go Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair,
Yes.
and somebody that we did not mention, but I think she'll be coming back for the Royal Rumble and can possibly go to the Final Four. Bailey.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, she's
Very
about to do
good.
back too.
Yeah.
That's what's fun about the Royal Rumble, and I get it that we're just setting ourselves up for disappointment. For Saturday, first of all, fucking Saturday, I just can't get over this. Like Vince McMahon's like AEW is not competition, but Vince is like, oh, pay-per-views on a Saturday, huh? Let's do that. Well, and I think now that I'm thinking about it, he's probably trying to avoid the conference championships.
Probably, and that's
in
a smart
football.
move. That's
Yeah.
a smart move.
Because
Everybody's gonna be watching that shit. Like,
normally the Rumble's a week later, or the championship. No, normally the championships are a week earlier because they just added an extra week this year.
yep.
So normally this would be the weekend between the conference championships and the Super Bowl. So now he has direct competition. So yeah, that's probably why.
God damn it, Roger Goodell.
But
Do you
yeah,
not
Tammy,
think though that it is also a smarter thing because especially if you're going to look at WWE where they like to pander to young fans, even kids too. Do you think maybe they're thinking, well, we've always had them on Sundays and yeah, numbers have always been good, but what if we try Saturdays when our young viewers, young kids aren't going to have school the next day?
True.
So kids whose parents maybe aren't super into wrestling, so they're not going to be like, well, we're not going to watch because we don't care, or we're only going to watch because the kids want to watch. Do you think they get more viewers if, hey, still a weekend, man, we still have kids and a lot of people don't work on Sundays? So do you think maybe they would have more viewers if they did do it on a Saturday because you have that day in between? Or do you think that's not a factor
I
that would
think
come into
this
play?
is so. I think it was done because of conference championships on
Okay.
Sunday.
Yeah.
But I think that this will be a hash mark. I think that they're going to see how the audience responds to it being on Saturday, whether they
Okay.
gain more viewers, lose viewers, and that could change how they handle pay-per-views in the future. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe this is all just overblown and they're just trying to avoid football, which they're going to have to do from here on out unless the NFL adds another week of football, which I don't think they're going to do. So this is going to be like a yearly thing, which honestly I don't mind because it kind of makes the weekend special. Just like WrestleMania being 2 nights, I think is a great idea. So, but
Agreed.
regardless, this is what's cool about the Royal Rumble. All these people who are injured that we're like forgetting about, like Asuka, like Bailey, could absolutely show up and just tear shit up. It's a great vaulting place for NXT talent to come up and show what they have to do, a la Shayna Baszler before getting her dreams crushed and demolished and ended up teaming with Nia Jax for the better part of a fucking year. But regardless, like that's what's fun about the Royal Rumbles, and obviously, the legends. I kind of wish they would have held their cards in with the Mickey James thing. I think that would have
Yeah.
had more, and excuse the pun, of an impact if she just came out and everyone's like, "Holy fuck, it's the Impact, women's champion." But it is.
Yep.
What it is.
Yeah.
All right, so we are moving forward into the men's Royal Rumble. Here are your named competitors. 22 out of a possible 30 have been announced. They are Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford, Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio, Austin Theory, Sheamus, Johnny Knoxville, Damian Priest, AJ Styles, Big E, Happy Corbin, Madcap Moss, Sami Zayn, Kofi Kingston, Kevin Owens, Omos, Randy Orton, Riddle, Chad Gable, Otis, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode.
Poor Ziggler and Rude. God damn.
Right?
Just goddamn.
That is a ton of latitude for the picks that aren't announced. That's a ton of latitude.
It is, and yes,
Yeah.
SmackDown is upcoming tomorrow night, so they could certainly announce some more there.
Yeah.
But they have, a handful of people that they could pull that people probably wouldn't be too upset about, like, Otis or Gable, who are the tag team champions, or Ziggler or Rude, or, Dominic Mysterio, which I don't think they're going to do. But like they have people that if like they get an extra wild hair up their ass and they want to do something special, they can replace them without a problem.
Now, listen, Beef, before we go into this, because you did mention that SmackDown is tomorrow, are we going to have people submit their picks Saturday by noon, or are they going to be submitting them Friday by noon?
Saturday by noon. But I will
Oh.
post the official picks. Like I'm going to post the official entrance as of this moment. And if more get announced, I'll just say, hey, if I get the picks after an entrance is announced, I'll say pick something else. I mean, I have a pretty good feedback with these people that pick. So,
And the reason I'm asking that question is, if we, as unlikely as it may be, but if we pick a surprise entrant tonight, and that person does wind up for some reason being announced on SmackDown, what happens then? Do we get to re-pick that pick as a surprise entrant because they're no longer a surprise entrant? How does that work for us because we're picking before SmackDown?
I will just say that we get the point because for us it's a surprise.
Fair enough. That works.
We and listeners out there, you're gonna have to believe us and trust us to say that we are recording on Thursday the 27th. So we do not know if Bailey or Oscar, whoever's going to be announced tomorrow night on SmackDown. So you're just going to have to trust us.
That works for me. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Honor system.
So, yes, exactly. Which is what it's all about, man. Code of honor. All right. So men's Royal Rumble. Oh fuck.
You left off at Johnny Knoxville and Sheamus.
No,
he ran through the whole list.
Oh, you did. Oh, never mind. That's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, wow. I spaced out there probably after Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss because there's ridiculous names. I'm sorry,
It's stupid, but I'll tell you what, they're running with it, man.
Oh no, that's fine.
It's the dumbest shit in the universe, but I'll tell you what, they are like shit-eating heels, and you hate them. Like they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Yep. So I believe Pat ended us there with the bomb of Bailey. So we'll go with Ransom on this one. So we're just doing winner right now. Who is going to be your 2022 men's Royal Rumble winner with a guaranteed shot at WrestleMania?
I'm gonna say AJ Styles. I think he needs a Rumble win. I think he deserves a Rumble win. And with him not having maybe that much longevity left in him, I think this is the year that they need to pull the trigger on AJ Styles. So whatever point I have left, give it to him.
Uno is your point on this one.
Perfect.
Tiger Bomb, Tom. Who are you picking?
Sticking true to my guns with my previous pre-pick prediction, and I'm going to go with Big E.
I like that as well. He's getting some scuttlebutt. That's a 3-pointer for you. I am picking the Beast, Brock Lesnar. I hope it doesn't come true. I really don't, but I just have this theory that they're not gonna muddy the waters for WrestleMania. They're gonna say, hey, one champion won the Rumble. He faces the other champion. So as opposed to getting a 2-night main event, which would be awesome, we get one that's gonna be okay. But that's my 2-pointer. Poot, who you got for your 3-pointer?
I'm getting weird with it, and this is a long stretch. But again,
no, he's picking almost.
Keep in mind that it's 3 points, Poot. The rest of us have like one or two on this. So
I'm well aware of that.
Okay,
trust me. I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor of Pootonomics. Okay.
Oh gosh,
no. Believe that.
Bardonomics. There we go. That's what it is. I'm a doctor of Bardonomics. My minor was in Pootonomics. The one that I'm gonna pick here, I'm getting weird with it. I'm going to go with 3 points on the stunner himself, Mr. Kevin Owens.
Prior to hearing about all the scuttlebutt about Lesnar, I was very heavily considering Owens.
Listen, I understand that it's very obvious. Like I was thinking about Lesnar because I spent basically the day at work thinking about this. And I went, Lesnar would be a smart pick for the exact reasons that you said. But you know what? Again, I haven't had the belt in a long time. You got to get weird with it. And with Owens re-signing his contract, and I understand that doesn't hold water with WWE, but man, they have to see the value in Kevin Owens. And I'm going to tell you something, like running with it. I just like the idea of Owens winning that belt. I can see it in my mind of like him after he throws the last person out, people popping like crazy. And then the program that could come after it, I'm saying Kevin Owens.
Fair enough. Pat, who you got?
Oh, well, I thought I had a distinct answer for this one, but after hearing that, I'm kind of second guessing myself.
Uh-oh.
That's what we like. That's why it's awesome to be on the picks episodes, because you get to hear other people's rationale, and if you pick last, you can go, wait, I'm changing my answer.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm going to stick to my guns, though.
Uh-oh.
And go with Big E.
My man.
It's a good pick. It is a good pick. I just hope that he doesn't end up, I hope that he doesn't end up getting squashed somehow. So,
Ugh.
Hold on. All right, gentlemen, I have to go urinate very badly. So vamp for a minute, and I'll be back, and we'll put the picks away.
Hold on. Here, I got this. Ready? I'm going to vamp.
All right, so this doesn't go on for who knows how long.
No, joke. Joking aside.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry I'm interrupting you, Ransom. No, like, so for this, like, the cool thing about this, and we bash, and gentlemen, all of you who are still here and not urinating, we bash on WWE a lot, but like, we're sitting here and we're talking about the Rumble. The Rumble is consistently something that we have a good discussion on, where they can do something fun.
Right.
And I think we're already doing that with both the women's and the men's Royal Rumble. Are we not?
Oh, I agree.
I agree.
You're right, but
yes,
there are two sides to that coin. It seems like consistently for the past however many years I can remember, we have had fun discussions. We've gotten amped up. We watch the Rumble. We have excitement going into it. And at the end of the Rumble, it seems consistently, maybe except for last year because Edge won, and I'm a very big Edge fan. Probably only second to Shawn Michaels. Other than that, I can remember previous Rumbles in recent history having a great podcast going into it, being excited, being amped up for it, and at the end of the night, either feeling disappointed or just going,
meh.
All right, well, Rumble's over. Thanks for coming, boys. We'll see you. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's been a whole lot of it's been more hype than delivery. I mean, yes, WWE has the opportunity to do something really fun with stuff, but then just like they normally do, I hate being the fucking Debbie Downer with it too. It's just that they consistently fucking shoot themselves in the foot. Like Asuka won, like when Asuka won the Rumble, we're like, oh, that's awesome. She's a house of fire. And then her moment is stolen by fucking Ronda Rousey. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
You could not have waited for Raw the next night.
Yeah.
You couldn't have waited one damn night. Like, Asuka's a big damn deal. You couldn't have given her that moment to shine.
No.
Wasn't that the first women's Rumble too?
She
was.
Yeah, it was.
Was it? Yeah.
So that was the
big
first
damn
women's
deal.
Rumble. First women's Rumble. It was Asuka, a big damn deal. She wins it. You have her pick who she's going to face that very night, and pow! All of a sudden, and again, it's nothing about the caliber and quality of Ronda Rousey. It has everything to do with the presentation that WWE put on. They came out and pretty much deflated all of the wind that was in Asuka's sails, because instead of giving her that moment to bask in the fact that she won the first ever Women's Royal Rumble, and she's going to get to choose for the first time ever who the Women's Royal Rumble winner is going to pick to face at WrestleMania. Out comes Ronda Rousey and completely steals that entire spectacle and spotlight that should have been shown directly and only on Asuka.
Who did she
That's
even
the
pick?
kind of bullshit. Didn't she?
No, who did she
Nope.
pick?
Charlotte. But she basically, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair stood on either side of her, and she was like looking back and forth, and then bad reputation hit, and out came Ronda Rousey.
Okay.
So right there, like you couldn't. That's such bad timing on WWE's part.
But wait, I thought
to take that away from Asuka.
Wait, I thought whenever Ronda came back. Oh no, that's right. She beat. I was trying to remember because I thought that was also. I thought that wasn't the same year that they had the triple threat between.
It is not.
Okay, that was the next year. Okay, that was the next year. Yeah, because Ronda ended up beating Alexa for the title. That's right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Ronda was white-faced baby meat.
Yeah.
When she came out, and then they gave her the heel persona. Listen, I like Ronda Rousey, and I think that she's good for the product. I think the product is good for her. I think that everybody wins in this situation. I personally would have put her in the Rumble. The scuttlebutt was that she was there. I understand that they don't want to make her look weak on her first night by getting tossed out. But if you have her come out at like number 18 or 19 and have like 6 people eliminate her after she goes ham on then she saves face and everybody wins. Asuka wins, she gets her moment, and everybody's happy. But they closed the show with Michael Cole saying there is breaking news about Ronda Rousey on WWE social media. Stay tuned. Like it's business, man.
Yeah.
Like they knew that if they had her come out at the last minute, that they would instantly be trending and getting those eyes and getting those thumbs, and that's what it's about anymore, man. Getting the viral stuff going.
Well, speaking of viral, I don't know. I had no good fucking segue. Let's just let's get into this final four.
It's a bad segue.
I don't even care. So, listen, I'm allowed to have one out of like a fucking good 100, so it's fine. It's perfectly fine.
That's ambitious.
Right. Wow. All right. So yeah, men's final four. Again, can't lose points here. Can only gain points. Tom, you're leading us off with your men's final four.
All right. Let's go with. Obviously Big E. We're gonna go AJ Styles. We go Kevin Owens and Randy Orton.
Oh my gosh! I swear to God, if he again winds up in another freaking Final Four, I'm not saying you're wrong. I mean, it's bound to happen. But
I know.
Come on, can we really not have a Rumble where Randy Orton doesn't show up in the freaking Final Four? Oh.
Yeah. I would say, fun fact: Randy Orton does have the record for most Final Four appearances.
Oh,
really?
Like Charlotte, he is inevitable.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I would have thought that was Reigns. Reigns had a slew of them.
But Orton's
I think
been
every
around.
Rumble. That's true.
Yeah, Reigns is like in second or third.
I was gonna say because Orton's been around longer, so.
That is true. So that's funny. Just has the sheer years. But yeah, I think Roman has I think he's been in 5 Rumbles and I think he's been in 5 Final Fours. So that's that's where we are. All right. So my Final Four are Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, and Austin Theory. Poot.
Austin Theory. Wow.
Okay.
All right. My picks are as follows: Big E, KO, Austin Theory as well. Yep. And this last one's the hard part. Yeah, Big E, Austin Theory, KO, and
Hulk Hogan.
Yep, right. Brother, no, I'm gonna say
brother.
Good with me. I'm gonna say Bork Laser. Oh no, Big E.
You are listed Big E.
Oh yeah, that's right. Brock Lesnar.
Damn it to hell.
I'm gotta say I'm impressed and surprised with the Austin Theory picks. Like I don't.
You shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Well, no. Here's the thing. Like I don't doubt that he's gonna be big, but I didn't see them pulling the trigger on him so quickly.
It's not about him being big. It's about who he's sharing screen time with, which is none other than the Kennedy McMahon. And reports are that the Vincent Kennedy McMahon is real high on Austin Theory. So
but we also need to remember that this flash in the pan thing happened with Finn Balor as well.
Yep.
Vince was never high on
Finn.
Vince was never high on Finn Balor. Triple H was high on Finn Balor, and Vince took a chance on him, and Finn immediately got hurt, and Vince was like, "See, this is what I get for taking a chance on you, Triple H."
Don't get me wrong.
That was probably the beginning of the downfall of NXT.
Don't get me wrong. I'm here for all day Austin Theory. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm for it. I was impressed with him in NXT, and I definitely saw him as, possibly the future of this company. I was under the impression, and maybe I only saw one side of the coin here, I was under the impression that he was kind of in a little bit of a verbal spat with Knoxville on one of the Raws or something, so I figured they're probably going to feed him to Knoxville in the Rumble.
No chance.
Okay.
No chance Knoxville eliminates Theory.
Okay.
0, like less than 0. Pat, who are your final 4?
All right, final 4, we're going to go with Big E, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, and, let's go Drew McIntyre.
Oh,
look at you.
Is he announced?
Scottish psychopath.
He's injured. He has a neck injury.
Oh, he is injured?
Well, so you got to be careful what's kayfabe and what's not anymore. How much of this is WWE disseminating out misinformation just to have him show up? So who fucking knows? He may show up and win the Royal Rumble, to look like a house of fire. But so allegedly he's out with like a neck injury, and last I saw was like mid-January, saying that we wouldn't see him for a while.
All right, well then, do I have to stick with that, or can I change it?
No, you can change it.
You can change it.
All right. Oh boy. See? You don't watch your shit for a while, and you don't know what the hell to do.
I know. I didn't even know that he was
crap. I probably wouldn't watch it.
I didn't know that he was out.
Yeah. So when I say Big E, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens.
KO. Yep.
Okay. What the hell? Go. I don't want him in the Rumble, but go ahead, Brock Lesnar.
Oh, the laser. Brock Lobster.
Ransom.
I'm going to go with Styles, Owens, Big E, and Theory. I'm going to get wild and wacky on my surprise entrances, though.
No faith in Omos, huh?
Nah, not this year. Maybe next year. Next year, I think he can win it.
I bet you almost eliminate Styles. There. I bet you almost eliminate Styles.
What a disaster.
And I bet you Sami Zayn is eliminated by Johnny Knoxville.
Probably.
Those are things that I think are damn near locks. All right, so it's time for surprise entrance. So, again, the gimmick here is that you can pick up to 3. No one is forcing your hand. You don't have to pick any. But it's a wager. You get it right, you get a point. You don't get it right, you lose a point. Here are the announced names. For the women, we have Rhea Ripley, Nikki, ASH, Dana Brooke, Carmella, Queen Zelina, Tamina, Shotzi, Natalya, Aaliyah, Naomi, Shayna Baszler, Charlotte Flair, Nikki and Brie Bella, Lita, Michelle McCool, Kelly, Summer Rae, Mickie James, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan. For the men, we have Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford, the Mysterios, Ray and Dominic, Austin Theory, Sheamus, Johnny Knoxville, Damian Priest, AJ Styles, Big E, Happy Corbin, Madcap Moss, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston, Omos, Randy Orton, Riddle, Chad Gable, Otis, Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode.
Did I hear a Happy Corgi in there?
Maybe.
Happy Corgi. New name, new band name. I call it Happy Corgi.
Bork, bork. Is it a ska band? Please tell me it's a ska band.
It's got to be a ska band with a name like
Nah,
that.
man, it's a polka band.
Oh, even
Polka.
better. Even
There you
better.
go.
Even
I
better.
want an accordion up in that bitch.
All
All
right.
right, who's
so,
picking first here on this disaster?
I believe it's my turn to lead off.
It is.
So,
Uh-oh.
my surprise entrance, I'm going Chalk, man.
Now, hold on, wait. Are we picking
Mhm.
all surprise entrances at once, or are we going to
Yep.
do women's first and all at once?
Yep.
Okay,
you get a
let's do
max of 3. That's between the men's and women's. So
Oh,
not 6.
okay.
only
Okay.
3.
Okay.
I see. I thought we were doing.
I thought you were doing 3 each.
Yeah, that's
Nope.
what I thought.
That's what I thought.
Just 3. I mean, we can do 3 each if everybody wants to.
I'm okay with doing
Come
that.
on,
I mean,
let's do each. Let's do each. Let's go crazy.
yeah.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Okay. Sure. Give me a second to update my.
Let's do them separately. Let's do
Okay.
men's as one pick and then women's as another pick.
And I've got the list pulled up as well. So if anybody names somebody that's already on there, you'll get the sound.
I like that. I like it. Okay. So, yeah, I will lead off. I need to make another pick here. Give me a second. You're hearing as it's happening, ladies and gentlemen. This is live to tape radio.
Are we doing women first? Let's do women first.
Yeah, we could do women first. Okay.
Yeah, right on.
Sure, why not? All right, so I'm going to pick 2, and I'm going to go with Bailey and Raquel Gonzalez. Pootski.
Mine is Bailey and Trish Stratus.
Interesting.
I'll go on with the 2 then.
Yep.
Confident as ever. Pat.
I'm gonna go Bailey, Asuka, and Kairi Sane.
Okay.
I like it.
A minute to type that up here. All right. Ransom. Yes, Ransom.
Yes, Ransom. I'm already down on points, so let's just say fuck it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Asuka, Bailey, and Trish Stratus.
Tom?
Quick question: is Io Shirai injured?
Not to my knowledge.
All right. Well, then she's one of mine. I'm gonna go with Io Shirai. Oh boy, Raquel Gonzalez, and fuck, the hard third pick.
You don't have to do 3.
I know, but I want to. Just trying to think. I'm just trying to think which direction I should go. I want to either Alexa or Bailey. Alexa.
Yeah, she's not hurt, so that might be the safer pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with those 3. Yeah.
I didn't even realize that Alexa Bliss was on here, but yeah, you're right. She would be a surprise. All right, so
Throw Bliss on there for me too, Beef.
Kandusky. All right. So the men. Now, Poot, you'll lead us off with up to 3 surprise entrants for the men.
Oh no!
You Bray Wyatt, come on, do it.
No, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. I'm gonna say, oh boy, I'm gonna say the Hurricane.
Yes.
Oh God.
The Hurricane.
That's a good bet. That's actually a really good bet.
I'm gonna say Hurricane. I'm gonna say Danhausen. No. Very nice. Very Rumble. The
Cody Rhodes.
No, I'm gonna say. Okay. You want to hear something? I'm gonna get weird with it. It's
Let's
gonna
go,
cost
baby.
me a point, but I'm gonna do 3. I'm gonna say the Hurricane. I'm gonna say Bray Wyatt.
Oh baby,
I'm doing it. And then the third one. You ready for this insanity, dumb bullshit I'm about to throw out at you?
Do it.
Oh, wait a minute. No, wrong company. I'm dumb. Oh, I was gonna say Moose.
Why wouldn't you say Moose?
because
He could show
Moose
up.
wasn't Raw, he was Impact.
Yeah, but Mickey
So?
James is
Right.
Impact.
Yeah, he's
Mickey
Impact.
James
James
but
Impact.
that's true. Oh, that's true. It'll
They
cost
might
me
be
a
saving.
point,
They
though.
might be saving one of the impacts for a surprise entrant.
I mean, honestly,
It could-
Mickey James almost made it into my final four, but
Yeah, but
There's no way they would put her in the final four. Her working for Impact.
Listen, she still has a lot of tread left on the tires, but I don't think she has that much tread left on the tires.
Oh,
What?
I just thought of a really good one. Go ahead.
Who's that, Beef? Go ahead.
Nope. Nope.
Smart place for him
okay.
to save it.
I'm gonna say like my official ones are gonna be the Hurricane, Bray Wyatt, and then
We could talk about other surprise. Like we could talk like off, not off camera, but
no,
like
I know
off
that.
off picks about
Um,
surprise picks and stuff. But
Hurricane, Bray Wyatt, and I'm gonna say Braun Breaker.
that's a quality pick.
yep.
That's a good pick.
Midcard Maniac, what do you got for us?
I'm gonna go the Hurricane as well.
Stand
And
back.
Christian.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Interesting.
I like it. I like it.
Did you say Christian?
He did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is he
That's-
not under contract with AEW now?
He is. These are so Mickey James under contract with Impact.
right. No, I get that.
These
but
are exciting times, Tom.
I get it. Okay. All right.
So you're just going with the two, Maniac, or are you going to throw a third one on
Just going with the two.
Okay.
Two.
there? Ransom.
Both of my feet are already in the dumpster. I'm pretty much the dumpster keeper. So we're gonna go wacky and wild on this. Yabba dabba doo, neighbor. I'm going to say Braun Breaker. I'm gonna say John Cena, and I'm gonna say Shane McMahon.
Oh boy.
Oh wow.
Old McDougal's.
Uh,
Okay.
That's right. Now's the time.
Now
Now's
is
the
the
time for
time.
a Shane O'Mac return.
It is.
Tom, who you got?
All right, Braun Breaker, obviously. Another one that you're forgetting that everybody was, very high on from NXT, even though I don't understand his Neanderthal complex, Von Wagner.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody that we quickly forgot about here. I'm gonna go black and gold and pick Mr. Corey Graves.
Oh,
that's
okay.
a good one.
Oh.
That's
I
a
like-
good one.
I like that pick.
Yeah, baby.
Not so fast, my
Stay
friend.
down.
I am.
Stay down.
I said stay down.
I am staying the course here. Lesnar could absolutely screw me if he doesn't show up in the Rumble, but I'm picking him as a surprise entrant.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, he could cost me a lot of points here. I am picking Gunther as well.
Nice.
that's a safe one. That's a good one.
I
It's
almost picked.
very safe.
I almost picked him instead of Von Wagner, but
So I don't believe in throwing away points, but I really want to make this pick. Fuck it, it's 1 point, and if I lose by 1 point, everybody can laugh at me. Jan Moxley.
interesting.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Whoa. Interesting.
So oh yeah, wait, no, there's no locking in. That's it. Those are our picks.
Yeah.
So now
So-
listen. So to save time, instead of going over all of our picks again, you go back and listen. If you forgot who our picks were, you listenerman,
Yeah.
Jared
Oh,
Listenerman,
No. Oh no.
the intern. He
No,
would have been my
no.
fourth.
Hold up, guys. Hold up. I'm not even joking. My computer just crashed.
Well,
Oh, no.
Tom's recording. So
I
we'll-
am.
Tom's got recording.
All right, good. Yes, Tom, that's why we have a backup recording.
Yep.
And it's I don't know how I'm still here.
Oh no! Oh no! He's gone!
We lost him.
Oh no! He fell
How
into the void.
fucking-
The boogeyman got him.
How fucking apropos was that? I don't even know how I'm still gone.
The boogeyman
Boom.
got him. That's somebody we could even throw out there. The boogeyman. He's coming
Live-
to get you.
Boogeyman, yeah.
Live to tape, ladies and gentlemen. You are hearing
Oh my god.
history in its finest. So yeah,
Oh.
let's talk about some of these picks. I honestly, Hurricane was one that went through my mind because as a Rumble historian and aficionado, he showed up a lot.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's a guy that's like, hey, Shane Helms, you want a paycheck? And he goes,
Sure.
yeah, man.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
I
man.
do. I'll come down, get in the ring, and immediately get thrown out. I'll take a $500
Yep.
paycheck, and I'm out of here.
Santino.
can-
How about Santino
Santino
Marella?
Marella.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be. I could see him showing up and getting his ass tossed out real quick by like Johnny Knoxville.
I would pick Santina Marella for a surprise women's entrance.
Oh my
I
god.
would not throw that
Oh.
past WWE.
He's already done that 2 years ago, 2020.
Yeah, he did. He
It
did.
was like, and he had to stare down with like Beth and Natalia.
Oh, how did we not?
and he,
How did we not talk about Beth pulling double duty possibly and her being in the Rumble?
Yeah, that's true.
I
yeah,
don't.
she's been a staple of Rumbles in the past, and I mean, you got to
Yeah.
assume that Edge is probably going to be in this. I mean, you never can assume because
Yeah.
like 2014, where we all assumed that everybody in the matches leading up to the Rumble would be in it, and then nobody was.
Right.
Like
Yep.
none of the title match participants, not Brian, not Wyatt, none of them. But in the past, they've had people compete earlier in the night and then come back
All right.
in the Royal Rumble.
Oh,
I think I hear a Poot.
he's returned. The Boogeyman released him.
That's awesome. I'm glad the Boogeyman released me. And Tom, this is why we have backups.
Yep.
Listen, so
So-
your last words before the Void got you were, "I can't believe I'm still," and then that was it. Like
It was perfect. It was perfect.
timing.
Wow.
I'm sitting here looking at a blue screen,
Like,
and I went, "Oh no,
You-
oh no!"
listen,
and
you
then
can't-
like
for posterity, you cannot even edit any of this out because this is
No.
just pure gold.
Yep.
This is good
It's
stuff.
typical Poot the Bard hilarity as
Dude.
as intended.
I didn't mean to interrupt the conversation. what
No,
was
it's
happening,
fine.
but,
It's
like,
fine.
It was.
So
We're
listen,
talking about like
hilarious.
is it?
surprise entrance.
Yeah.
Oh,
What were the likelihoods that you see either Dexter Loomis
Ah.
or Tommaso Ciampa show up in the Rumble?
Ciampa. I think
Ciampa.
Champa,
is.
yeah.
Pete Dunne.
That's
Pete
a
Dunne's
lot,
another one
yeah.
that could show up.
I
Oh,
honestly,
Peter Dune.
I honestly thought about Dexter Loomis. He was gonna be like a fucking dark horse pick for me. It was like Braun Breaker was one that I wanted for sure. Corey Graves was one that I wanted for sure because we talked about it and he's cleared at least. So I think he could show up just for this spot. I don't think they're necessarily gonna have him full time afterwards or anything, but I think he'll show up and do this spot in the Rumble. But Von Wagner. I was like, it was either him, Loomis, Walter. I had down to those three, and I just fucking threw spaghetti at the wall and said Von Wagner.
You mean Gunther?
Gunther.
No,
I heard speculation too
no,
that
no. You know, I said what I said.
we heard. Oh yeah, we're not using his slave name of Gunther. We're using his real name.
I'm not using his fucking Nazi wartime slave name either.
Oh my goodness!
I will
I
use
heard rumors
it.
that
that
Bad
got
Bunny.
blue quick.
Yep.
I heard rumors that Bad Bunny was also going to be in the
Yep.
Rumble.
Oh,
Just saw that
really?
today.
I wouldn't.
Yep.
I would not be opposed to that because Bad Bunny did a really good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, he really
He's
did.
very
Yeah.
he's very athletic and he presented himself well.
Yeah,
He pulled
Uh,
off
And
the
now
destroyer.
listen too, with Bad Bunny rumored to being in it, and also Corey Graves, I can see Corey Graves coming out or getting up from the desk, and then one or two entrances later, Booker T comes in,
oh god.
and they have a Corey Graves Booker T standoff, like which announcer is going to throw who out.
And have Bad Bunny there singing the Booker T theme. That'd be
Yep.
apropos. Yeah, and that
That'd
would
be-
unfortunately make sense.
So
That would
going
not
back just a
surprise
little
me.
bit about Beth Phoenix pulling double duty.
Mhm.
How do you not have her in the Rumble after last year when she busted her head open
Oh my
2
god.
years
so
ago.
bad that she looked like a redhead?
Yeah,
I know.
it's-
I know
What
we
happened
all
there?
want to forget about 2021 because it was like one of the weakest Rumbles of all time ever.
But that
Thunderdome.
was a badass moment.
Oh yeah.
No, that was 2 years ago, 2019. That was when her and Natalia had to stand up with Santina.
Is
But
is-
yes, I agree.
is
She is a women's Royal Rumble staple at this point.
is Finn Balor
Yeah.
injured or they just shit on him?
Nope. Yep. Yep, he's lost a couple matches to Austin Theory.
And he's not announced for the Rumble at all. That's insane to me. I didn't
even realize I didn't read his name. Yeah.
Yeah, as we were talking about it.
That fucking sucks.
I wouldn't be surprised if they announce him tomorrow on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
typically they announce like by the brand though, so like it's not.
Oh.
So like they announced a bunch of women on SmackDown that were from Raw and SmackDown and the Legends to, like, you know, puff the numbers up.
Yeah.
Yep.
But like since then
Fox.
they've been like, you know, hey, here are the Raw superstars, here are the SmackDown, and like back and forth. So
what about?
So let me ask you this, Beef. Since you picked Brock Lobster,
yes,
is there a possibility that, let's assume that both Roman and Brock retain their titles? Oh, pardon me. Would you assume if one is going to be in the Rumble, the other one would as well?
Nah.
Like, what's more likely to happen? Brock to show up on his own, or Roman to show up first, only to have Brock come in and then eliminate him? And even if Brock doesn't win the Rumble, that sets up a Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, because Roman entered, but Brock came in and threw him out. Now you have their setup for title.
I mean, maybe. Honestly, I am very much not in love with this idea of champions being in the Rumble.
No, I don't like it at all.
No,
I don't want
hate
to become a thing.
No.
I didn't mind when Lesnar called his spot and said, I'm going to be number one, and I'm going to throw everybody out. Like, and the year that Reigns was the champion and forced to go through everybody, like, that was stupid. I hated it.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a vacant title, like the Flair situation, sure, that's fine.
Well, I mean, that Rumble was for the title, so
right, exactly.
that was completely understandable. But to have somebody who's already a champion,
no, yeah, like I said,
but it was also for the title then too. So it was like it was either no. Well, no.
Well,
the year that Roman got eliminated by Triple H, the Rumble was for the title.
Right.
So it was either.
But Roman was already the champion,
right?
Though,
right. He was. He was screwed into it. Storyline wise, he was screwed into the number one position, and it was either, hey, run the gamut or you're fucking not champion. So he ended up not being champion. But
So like Brock Lesnar, I think, can get away with it. Brock Lesnar's a badass and says, hey, you know what? Call him a spot. I'm number one. I'm the champion, but I'm going to number one because I'm going to throw everybody else out. And he almost did, by the way. And then, like, that. So I'm fine with that. But, like, this whole, like, Charlotte Flair business, saying, I'm going to be in the Rumble. You know what, bitch? And yes, I don't like to use the B word around women, like, about women, because, you know, I think that's a poor choice. But you know what? I don't like Charlotte Flair. You know what, bitch? If you're going to say you're going to be in the Royal Rumble, have the lady balls to say, I'm going to come out number one, like Lesnar did. You want to try and make an impact? There you go. And then Lesnar coming back, like, I get the same vibes that year that Roman came out after losing the championship match. And, like, we were like, oh, who's going to be third? And it was fucking Roman Reigns. And we're like, oh, but he already lost the championship match tonight, you know, so.
Yeah, that was extra super stupid.
See, I'm still, me personally, I'm still sticking to my guns that they're going to have, you're still going to get the title for title with Roman and Brock regardless at WrestleMania, because they haven't completely, you know, closed the book on that whole feud there. So I think you still get, you know, a decisive Rumble winner, but I think it ends up being muddied into a triple threat match for a title for title thing. That's what I said before. I'm going to stick with it, but we'll see. I honestly
hate WrestleMania triple threat main events. I hate it.
I know you do. But it's
Ransom. I'm right there with you.
I get it. We talked about it. We talked about it in the previous episodes there. Here's somebody we didn't talk about as a surprise entrant. What about Carmelo Hayes?
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
I'm sitting here looking at like the NXT roster right now, and I'm seeing like a lot of viable options. Like,
I don't think we'd see Hayes. I think we'd see
Braun Breaker instead of Hayes.
Braun Breaker, guys like Tony D'Angelo, Grayson Waller, like, you know,
Cameron Grimes.
No, No, you know what? I think Grimes is probably on the docket to be cut next.
You think?
Cameron Grimes and LA Knight would not surprise me if they end up on the shit end of the stick here, because they're Triple H guys. They're holdovers. Like,
Yep.
True.
Yeah.
so like, the big ones that they're pushing right now are Tony D'Angelo, Braun Breaker, Grayson Waller, Von Wagner. Like, those are the guys. Vince's guys are the things that are the ones that I would think would show up.
Yeah.
I think that we'll probably see both Edge and Miz in the Men's Royal Rumble as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
You know,
what?
I wouldn't.
Somebody else that wouldn't surprise me. Odyssey Jones.
He's injured.
Is he?
They just
Well,
they
goddamn it.
just announced that he's gonna be out for like 6 months.
This is what happens when you
Wow.
don't fucking keep up with the product. I'm sorry.
So
Hey.
now listen, here's a serious question that I want to ask you guys and get your honest takes on.
Okay.
There has been he's talked a lot about the fact that he's working without a contract, is old Cody Rhodes. Now, do you think that there is an honest to God possibility that Cody Rhodes shows up in the Rumble? Or do you think this is all hype by AEW because they know it's Rumble season? They know people love to, think like, oh, surprise, surprise. Like, oh, Cody Rhodes could show up. He's working without a contract. He's talking a lot about being without a contract. Is that just AEW hype to get people to talk about Cody and get him, in people's heads? And then afterwards, Cody comes out and goes, oh, by the way, I signed a contract. You think I was going to show up in the Rumble? Ha, ha, ha. Fooled you all. Heel turn.
Well,
Or do you think it's a legit possibility that Cody Rhodes really could show up?
all right, simple answer. No, I don't think it's a possibility he shows up, but also I don't think he's gonna kind of do that and go heel turn, because especially with the promo that he gave not long ago when he's like, everybody says, why doesn't he turn heel? He's like, because I love this too much and I whatever. I can't even remember how it all went.
And continue to get booed though. Like,
yeah, but it's still like I don't think he. The simple answer, no, I don't think Cody shows up in the Rumble.
but here's the thing: think big picture. I've never considered this with Ransom. This is a good fucking thinker. Here's the thing: I think it's legit. I think he is probably not with contract right now. I think they're probably hashing some stuff out.
I'll give you that.
If you're Tony Khan, and if rumors are to be believed that WWE and AEW are working on something together as far as like some sort of like video project or something. I forget the ins and outs of it. Like, if you're Tony Khan, why would you not be like, yeah, man, I got no problem letting some of my boys do a voiceover, but I want you to let Cody Rhodes come do the Rumble. He's not gonna be under contract with me, so he can be under contract for you with one night. And then, like, Tony Khan literally says to Cody, yeah, we're going to resign you, but first I want to get you in the Rumble because, all eyes on the product, I think it'd be a smart business decision by everybody involved.
But the question is,
hold on.
Go
Sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, you go ahead.
When he gets back to AEW after making the Rumble appearance, he would have Mick Foley ECW heat showing up and being like, hey, guess who went back and still has a spot on the big brand? Like, he has a made big time heel fucking persona of like, hey, I'm just here to earn money to get back to WWE.
Interesting.
I think, well, see, the thing is, that is a glass half full way to look at it. I look at it this way. Cody appears in the Rumble, right? His ring entrance, the whole 9 yards. Here's the thing for me is that I'm worried that will create a negative feedback with AEW fans. But then again, most people who are AEW fans will go, oh, fuck, this is amazing. You know what I mean? But I'm worried that there will be that blowback of like, oh, so AEW is owned by WWE. Nifty. You know what I mean? From the dum-dums. And as we all know on the internet, the dum-dums make the most amount of noise.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting scenario. I could see it's possible. I just don't think it's probable.
Pat, as another guy who picked an AEW guy to show up in the Royal Rumble, what do you think about that particular scuttlebutt?
I don't see Cody going over at all. It's Bill Gates doesn't show up to Sony headquarters with his new Xbox, so Cody's not going to show up to AEW or to WWE.
And like of all people, he has been the most like vehement like anti WWE guy out there. But
Yeah,
I like literally whenever I start thinking about that, I get flashes back to Cactus Jack in ECW talking about wanting to go back to WCW, talking about wanting to talking about Uncle Eric, and like I would equate the AEW audience with a modern day ECW audience, honestly. So like if there's ever if Cody wants to go all in on a heel turn, that's the way to do it. To like do that and be like, "Hey, I prove to everybody that I can still hang where the big boys play." And they can even use that line as a little like, wink and nudge to WCW back in the day.
So
But,
let me ask you fellas this. The ones that picked Beef because you think it's a possibility for Cody, and again, I guess Beef, and maybe even who picked the other AEW guy?
It was Moxley. It was
I
Moxley.
I picked Moxley and Pat picked Christian.
Okay, so for you guys that picked AEW wrestlers and Beef for the possibility of Cody, if any of these AEW guys who were previously WWE guys show up in the Rumble, do they show up with... I would figure they would show up with their AEW names. Like if John Moxley shows up, he's probably not going to show up as Dean Ambrose because they already mentioned John Moxley on WWE television. Cody Rhodes really didn't change that. Christian, again, didn't change. They might leave off Cage and just call him Christian. Who knows?
Right.
But if they show up, do they show up with their AEW screen and music packages, or do they show up with their old WWE music packages?
Oh, it would be their AEW stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
You think so? I was on the fence about this because I don't actually think that John Moxley's going to show up. I know I put a point on it, but I mean, that's just kind of for emphasis. And who knows that the world may be shocked. He would be the guy. If I'm Tony Khan and I'm Vince McMahon and we're like, listen, we need to meet in the middle on this. Who's going to profit the most for both of us? It's John Moxley, man. Like Mox showing up and being in the last four, or Mox just showing up at all, especially after he's been name dropped by Reigns and Rollins recently, and Pat McAfee. So like
McAfee.
Pat McAfee.
Fuck, damn it.
Way to go, Cedric.
Yeah, I know. That's officially my gimmick is mispronouncing names. Anyway, my point here is that I think he would be most beneficial, Moxley, that is. And I I'm like, maybe they'd have the Dean Ambrose theme, but I'm like, man, like Wild Thing is such an iconic theme. I don't know, man. Like it could go 6 one way, half a dozen the other, because, and here's the thing. With Chris is using his old TNA theme in AEW currently. Moxley's using Wild Thing. And Christian is using a song by Skillet. No, not Skillet.
No, Downstate.
All of this is like licensed music, like music that's been.
WWE has the money to fucking do it.
They won't do it though. They won't.
Yeah,
but who does Cody? Who does Cody's music?
Downstate.
Oh, okay.
These are the same people that would not.
Oh, go ahead.
These are the same people that wouldn't pay Enter Sandman from Metallica when Sandman showed up from ECW.
But that's Sandman. That's Sandman. I'm sorry. Like, listen, I know I'm not trying to piss on Sandman. I loved Sandman, but like, that's Sandman. That's not something that is going to kick down a door and create a lot of noise in the industry.
I think that they would not use their AEW music or video packages. Maybe they give them the benefit of the doubt of using, their character names, but I think they'd go back to like old WWE music or some unused theme that they hadn't used for anybody before. Because you think about it, okay, even though Wild Thing is leaps and bounds better. If people heard the fucking that like that, and they see, you know, whatever graphic they put up or whatever, but if they hear that note, they're gonna remember it was Dean Ambrose / Jon Moxley. They can announce him as Jon Moxley. That's fine. Same thing with like Cody Rhodes. If you hear the, you know, beginning of Smoke and Mirrors, people are gonna remember that. So I think if any AEW guys show up, they go with WWE music / video packages and stick with the AEW names. I think that's the compromise that gets made.
But Cody, though, are people going to remember his old music, or are people going to remember Stardust? Because when he left, he left with Stardust.
Nah.
I think
they remember that over the whoa.
Yeah, no.
Well, for sure.
And here's the thing: if you're looking for pops and pops alone, I think that you would go with their AEW music, because I think enough fans and the people who buy tickets to pay-per-views are typically pretty smart fans that watch all of the product. So, like, yeah, people are going to go crazy if Dean Ambrose music hits, but they're also going to go crazy if Wild Thing hits. I agree with Ransom on Cody's music. Like, I don't think Smoke and Mirrors is going to be widely renowned. And Christian, you know, honestly, I would rather him come out to his WWE theme than his current AEW theme.
Oh, who,
and
Christian?
Fact,
yeah, absolutely.
If we're going back, I'd rather him go back to either A, the original waterproof blonde song, or B, even further, the Blood Brother theme.
The blood, the
Christian, that one.
Okay. Listen, for me personally, story of the year, definitely the best version of Christian's music.
Absolutely, Tom.
I love. Well, that's fine. You're allowed to be wrong. This is America. But no. Honestly, I like. You're saying, you know, WWE has the money, they could shell it out, but look at all the cuts that they made for quote unquote monetary reasons. I don't see them shelling out the money. I think that's their middle ground, so they don't have to spend the extra money on music, on licensed music and stuff like that. Because I mean, licensed music is fucking expensive. Like, you're talking about anything, like even to use stuff in like TV shows and stuff like that. Like, you know, it's fucking expensive. So,
well, the other part of that,
Dean Ambrose's old music CFO.
I don't think so.
I don't think
it may have been.
I can't remember who did his music.
The other thing that we're not thinking about here is fair use. With fair use, you get what, 30 seconds?
Fair use is not 30 seconds. Fair use is 10 seconds.
Oh, I don't. Well.
Oh,
yeah.
Again, though,
fair use is shorter than you think. Trust me.
Again, though,
if you for 10 years,
if you have somebody like a Jon Moxley's not going to saunter to the ring. Jon Moxley's going to come to the ring House of Fire. Like, if they could probably get away with a 10-second cut of Wild Thing. I
don't think so.
He's in the ring and the music is off. Listen, hear me out.
Good.
If it hits and he's immediately out of that curtain and he's sprinting to the ring, they can cut that off in 10 seconds, because the crowd clamoring is going to overshadow the fact that, people's music played for an extra 5 seconds after they got into the ring and started throwing punches. Like everybody else, their music continues to play. But with Jon Moxley, you're going to have the roar of the century after he comes out. And if he sprints to the ring, they can cut that off in 10 seconds, depending on how long that ramp is to the Rumble.
But I don't think he's going to, I don't think he would sprint. I think he would stop and he would take it in and absorb the crowd for a minute. Same with anybody else that's a surprise entrant.
Well, that's the gimmick with Wild Thing, period, is that, like, it's, Moxley kind of swaggers to the ring through the crowd so that they get to, like, the chorus of, the song. So, like, that's the gimmick with the music. So if they were going to have Moxley run to the ring, then they should use the Ambrose theme.
Yeah.
Otherwise, and again, it's an absolute long shot, like 1,000 to 1. I'd love to see it, but
what did he use on the Indies?
No idea.
No clue. Well, you know what?
Can I make one quick point?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, please.
All right. So AEW, they have the contract, or not necessarily contract, but the working relationships with like New Japan,
Right,
and TNA. Well, from what I've read, WWE wants to start doing that with Impact.
Great.
Now, wouldn't this, from an AEW standpoint, go, well, WWE, we won't see how you want to get in the game. We'll show you how to do it. We'll lend you some tech for your Royal Rumble. And it makes AEW look that much better by helping the big company get a foot into the game, which they've already have.
Right, and I mean, like them bringing back Mickie James. So I'm on the fence with Mickie James. I don't know that they were like, "Hey, here goes the forbidden door, haha." I think it was, "Fuck, we don't have enough bodies. Let's get Mickie James back."
I think it's exactly that.
Bodies.
We talked about this before, and I absolutely 100% with the way WWE is always their own worst enemy, and it's Vince McMahon's universe as he sees fit and as he builds it fit because he is god of his own universe. Honestly, the Mickie James thing, it's like, yeah, it's big news and it's a big deal, but I think it was literally because they were out of bodies. Like, I mean, there's still we have as of this recording, as of our picks, we had 21 out of 30 entrants.
Yep.
So that's 9 women's spots.
You got 9 spots.
So you got 9 spots to fill. You mean to tell me that they don't have 9 women in NXT that they could pull up there, that they had to bring back Mickie James, or 10? I mean, it's just that they don't have confidence enough in these NXT people, or namely, Vince doesn't have confidence enough in some of these NXT people, some of these NXT women wrestlers to come up and fill a spot on a Royal Rumble.
Right.
So I honestly, the whole Mickie James thing, absolutely 100%. Hey, old friend. I know we haven't talked a while. You up?
Yeah, but here's the thing. So and yes, I know.
We kind of, when you left, we gave you stuff in the garbage bag, but
that's the point that I was about to make. Like, I know that this is likely done, and I know that I just made the argument for that it was done out of necessity.
Yeah.
But 100%, Mickie James received her stuff in a garbage bag.
Yeah.
After she was let go, and yes, they fired whoever was responsible for that. But if I get that text message, nope, I'm not coming unless. I know
the
that
money is great.
Well, the money, or Scott D'Amore is probably like, "Hey, Mickie, I know you don't want to do this, but it would be great for Impact." And I think Mickie cares enough about Impact because she more or less built that Knockouts division from the ground up. And yes, I know that they had Velvet Sky and Angelina Love and all that, but it didn't become a big deal until Gail Kim and Mickie James kind of took over. So,
you're not wrong.
I think that she has enough pride. The biggest thing for me, if I'm Tony Khan, and let's not make Tony Khan, let's not make let's not make little out of something. I think Tony Khan and AEW was going to benefit more than vice versa. But if I'm Tony Khan, WWE is basically in bed with someone that I was in bed with 20 minutes ago. So, a friend of my friend, I would work that angle, because they obviously had a big time working relationship with Impact, with using Don Callis, using the OC, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson. Yeah. So 100%. If I'm Tony Khan, I try to pull that. I don't know how receptive Vince would be, but I guess we'll find out in a little under 48 hours.
Yep.
Well, take us home, Pooty boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to the P3 podcast. And also, I got to tell you, we want to give a special thanks. We're gonna just jump the gun here. We're gonna go for it. I want to thank the Midcard Maniac himself, that bastard Pat, for coming on the episode and talking with us and talking picks and throwing his picks live. Pat, really, thank you very much.
Yeah, just like, sex with a woman, it's never bad.
Right? It's what I said before, man. I'll tell you what, even if it's empty and everything. Anyway, so thank you very much, Pat, for coming on the episode. We really appreciate you.
Hey.
And we appreciate all your questions, man. Seriously, like from the bottom of our hearts. We appreciate it. We also want to
always glad to come on. Thank you very much.
We're happy to have you, man. And we want to thank our very own Casual Gaming Dad, Mr. Tiger Bomb Tom, and his page, Casual Gaming Dad, over on Facebook. He streams a lot of great video games. We play Among Us every Tuesday, and he has a ton of other awesome streams. You can go back and check the back catalog again on Facebook. Search on Casual Gaming Dad. You can find him on Twitch and YouTube as well. On Twitch, he's Casual Gaming Dad, and on Facebook or on YouTube, he's Casual Gaming Dad 84.
Reverse it.
Sure bye. Oh, wait, reverse it. Oh, on Twitch. That's right. I'm sorry. My bad. I apologize. It's been a very long day.
Okay.
On Twitch, he's Casual Gaming Dad 84, and on Facebook or on YouTube. God, what is wrong with me?
It's okay.
On YouTube, he is Casual Gaming Dad. Search on that. And the bastard Pat ran off. He had to go to bed. So it was good to see you, Pat. So if you're listening to this later, seriously, we appreciate you. Make sure you follow Casual Gaming Dad on Facebook. Seriously, he's really entertaining streams. Great guy as well. And make sure you check out Gould Gaming as well. Not only do they have a bunch of Casual Gaming Dad merch, which is all fantastic, but they also have the P3 Podcast t-shirt where you can get your very own P3 Podcast t-shirt. So make sure you buy that. It doesn't cost you $49.99. No, but it's still very, very quality. Again, that's gouldgaming.com/Casual Gaming Dad. Pretty sure that's how you can find it, or you can just go on gouldgaming.com and search on Casual Gaming Dad. Want to also thank Frig Off Ransom, our very own Madman Ransom, and his page, Frig Off Ransom, on YouTube. He's hilarious, great guy. Talked about it last episode. He'll tell me no, he's not a great guy, but he is one of the best guys that I know. And we also want to thank Mr. Sean Tischler and his work with independent wrestling in the Pennsylvania area with IWC. I also want to give a very special shout out to Mambo Italiano, and he's making some big moves. He's slow burning it with getting into NXT. That's his goal. Mambo, we're cheering for you, buddy. So go for it. For myself, Poot the Bard, baby, for Casual Gaming Dad, Beef the Legend, and Ransom, have a good evening, baby.
Guys, you're never going to believe it. My phone just oh, wait, no, it didn't because it's an Apple product. Ha ha!